Hello everyone, it's Ed bringing you all things Leeds. I hope that you are all doing fantastically well and welcome along to my match review of Leeds United's 1-0 loss to Wolverhampton Wanderers at Elland Road. And the feeling coming away from that game is disappointment and frustration. Really, I felt as though Leeds United didn't deserve to lose the game. I felt as though a draw would have been a fair result. Leeds United did deserve a point. In my opinion, Leeds United were really good on the night, and especially when you look at the stats, we dominated possession with 68%, had 13 shots compared to their 7. Leeds United were really good on the night, played really well, particularly in that first half. And I guess that you could say that it was a game of two halves, really. Leeds United were on top in that first half, and then Wolves were definitely the better team in that second half. There's no doubt about that. So I guess that you could say that it was a game of two halves, really. But Leeds United were really good, relentless early on, really on top, put Wolves under immense pressure. And Wolves, although they're not the biggest team on paper, by name, they have a really good team. They have some really good players, really good established team with a good manager. They play some good football. They finished 7th in the Premier League in both seasons. They've been back in the top flight. They finished in the quarterfinals of the Europa League last season. They have a really good team, really good players, really good established team. Yeah, top team. They may not be a Manchester City or a Liverpool, but they are a really good team. And yeah, to put them under immense pressure as we did and be dominant at times and make them look average, really, it was really, really pleasing to see. And yeah, Leeds were really on top, pressed well, moved well. It was Bielsa ball at its finest, really. We were really, really good. Ayling and Helder Costa on that right-hand side were really good early on. It was fantastic to watch, really entertaining stuff. Leeds United were great value for money. We were really, really good on Monday night. We created a few chances in that first half. Costa fizzed a shot wide. Bamford actually had the ball in the back of the net after 6 minutes. He was free in the box and headed past Patricio in goal, but the goal was ruled out correctly for offside. Bamford was a mile off. Rodrigo had the best chance, I feel, of the game for us in that first half, where he was free in the box, just a few yards out, but shot straight at the keeper. Really should have done better. But yeah, we had a few shots, but the longer it went on and the longer it was 0-0, you were thinking these missed chances could end up costing us here, and they could come back to bite us, just like last season in games where, especially when you look at the stats, we dominate games, we're the better team in the game, but we don't capitalise on chances, and we end up losing. And this was it. It happened here. It was like being back in the Championship. We just failed to capitalise on our dominance and missed our chances and lost by a scrappy goal, really. And yeah, we allowed Wolves to get back into it, to be honest. Wolves just woke up 1 minute and yeah, we allowed them to get back into it. Podence had a great chance just before half time where he should have scored, really. He was free in the box, yeah, unmarked with the ball, had the entire goal to aim at, but Meslier was there to produce a strong save and keep it 0-0 at half time. And Meslier, I feel, was really good in the game. Elland Meslier, he was another solid performance from Elland Meslier here. And yeah, as I say, 0-0 at half time, no changes at the break, but Wolves were definitely on top in that second half. Of course, their goal came on 70 minutes, and the goal was coming. Wolves were dominant in that second half. They were definitely the better team. Podence forced Meslier into another good save shortly before that. They did also score as well, did Wolves. Aiz had the ball in the back of the net, smashed it in. But VAR correctly ruled the goal out for offside. It took a while, but yeah, no doubt about it, it was offside. And but yeah, as I say, the goal did come on 70 minutes. Raul Jimenez here scoring for them, and it was just one of them, really. It takes a wicked deflection off Calvin Phillips' head and completely wrong foots Meslier and goes in the back of the net. It was just one of them. It was a fluke goal. Just really unfortunate for Leeds United, really. Could the defence have done better though? I feel as though we could have. I feel as though we could have done a bit more to prevent this goal, because Jimenez picked up the ball on that right-hand side and we allowed him to run into a decent position on the edge of the box to shoot from. So I feel as though we should have done better, but in the end it was just a fluke goal, really, and unfortunate for Calvin Phillips, and he didn't have a great game, did Calvin Phillips, really. The defence, though, they were really good, I felt. I put out a poll on social media, on Twitter, after the game, asking people for their man of the match, and Robin Koch won by a landslide, and yeah, Robin Koch, definitely my man of the match. He was really good. He's getting better with every single game, is Robin Koch. He's really, really good, and the whole defence was excellent. Meslier was good, Koch was good, Ayling was good, Dallas was good, and Pascal Struijk as well. We need to give him a lot of credit, Pascal Struijk, because he had another solid performance, and he came into the starting 11 late, didn't he? Liam Cooper was meant to be starting, the captain was meant to be starting, but He pulled up in the warm-up recurrence of his groin strain and was pulled out of the starting 11 last minute. Pascal Stewart came back in. Jimmy Shackleton went onto the bench, so that was really unfortunate. And a lot of people seem to fail to mention that. Think whatever you want about Liam Cooper, but he is the captain. And to lose your captain in the warm-up just before the game is absolutely frustrating. It's very, very difficult. So, yeah, that isn't too good. Hopefully Liam Cooper is back for Friday night. We kind of need him now. We'll get on to why a little bit later on. But yeah, Liam Cooper, hopefully he is back soon. But Pascal Stewart, yeah, really good. Hats off to him. We brought on Pablo Hernandez, who made his return from injury, and he had a decent chance in that second half, really. Probably should have scored. We also saw Rafinha as well come on to make his debut, coming off the bench for Jack Harrison on 82 minutes. And yeah, Rafinha looks good. He looked really good. A lot of pace, very skillful. Yeah, it looks good, but we just couldn't recover from going 1-0 down, really. Just couldn't recover, and it just wasn't our night, really. It just was not our night. It was just one of those, really. Jimenez, I feel, should have been sent off late on. Robin Koch brought him down, and Jimenez, while on the floor, just kicked out at him. Just in frustration, just kicked out at Robin Koch. And it reminded you of, if you remember last season, Tottenham versus Chelsea, Heung-min Son on the floor kicked a Chelsea player and he got sent off for it. It wasn't unlike that. So I feel as though Jimenez should have been sent off, really. The officiating was poor all night. Really, the officiating was really poor. David Coote, the referee, was awful. Absolutely awful. But no excuses. It just wasn't Leeds United's night. As I say, we lost the captain early on, which is a big blow. And just failed to capitalise on chances, really, which I guess you could say is a little bit worrying, probably something to improve on. It happened last season. At times, we just failed to score, weren't clinical enough, and that's probably something that needs to improve, really, because we were dominant and we just failed to capitalise on it. So maybe something to improve there, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't our night. We lost by a fluke goal. That result does leave us 10th in the Premier League table on 7 points, but the table after only 5 games means nothing, really. If you're angry and worried after that game about us going down, why? Don't be. There's no need to be angry and worried after that. It's the Premier League. We're not going to win every single game. There's no pressure on us. There's no expectations from us. And yeah, we're a newly promoted team. We're not going to win every single game in the Premier League. As I say, Wolves are a good team. We've lost against a really good team by a fluky goal. There's nothing to worry about there. There's no problem there. Maybe just improve in the final third, really, just to make sure that we can actually put away chances that we create. But no, overall, there's no problem with that. We just learn and we move on from that. We learn and move on from that, really. Of course, the big and quite worrying news coming out of Monday night's game is the fact that 24-year-old midfielder Calvin Phillips picked up a shoulder injury and he could be out for 6 weeks, which isn't great. Is not great news. I mean, Calvin Phillips, he didn't have a great game on Monday, but he is a great player. Calvin Phillips is the heartbeat of the team, really. He's in the spine of the team. He's a very important part of the team, and without him, we do seem to struggle. So, yeah, terrible news that Calvin Phillips is out injured now. And who plays there? So, I mean, Pascal Stewart did well in that position against Barnsley last season, but that's against Barnsley in the Championship. Whether he can replicate that in the Premier League, we'll need to see if he does play there. Of course, Robin Koch, he can play there as well. Diego Llorente, he can play there as well, but Llorente is, of course, out injured. If Liam Cooper doesn't return on Friday, then that only leaves us with 2 centre-backs with Koch and Stewart. So who can go there? Adam Forshaw. Is he going to be back? We know nothing about Forshaw. We don't know where he is at the moment. So if he's back, I guess Forshaw could go in there. Alfie McAlmont as well could also play there, but he hasn't played first-team football at this level. So whether Bielsa would trust him, I'm not so sure. So if Forshaw's fit, he's an option. If Liam Cooper's fit, you'd obviously go Stewart and Cooper as the 2 centre-backs with Koch in defensive midfield. But yeah, if Cooper's still out, then yeah, that does leave us with a big problem there. So that's something to keep an eye on this week and see what Bielsa says. But yeah, Calvin Phillips could be out for up to 6 weeks after picking up a shoulder injury. Yeah, not good news at all. But yeah, we of course move on to Aston Villa away on Friday night. There'll be a preview out for that game. We'll discuss in the podcast, etc. So yeah, we move on to the Aston Villa game. Just wasn't our night on Monday. Just wasn't our night, and we learn and we move on. But that's my match review of the game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like. That'd be very much appreciated. Follow and subscribe. And until next time, take care, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.